Hello, it's Danae with the Epic YouTube Dorks. Checking in today. I'm still learning. I'll be retired soon, doing this more often, so I'm getting excited. I'm getting closer and closer to retirement. I've been working on the studio room at home, and then, of course, in my camera. I'm just going to take it with me wherever we go. And hunting season's about to start back up. I'm so excited to go hunting and be out in the wilderness. But I'm using a microphone now. Y'all let me know. Give me a thumbs up or down if or just leave me a comment and tell me what you think about the microphone. Is it good and loud? Is it too loud? Um, if you like it, this is the one I'm using. I know I'm not selling for anybody, but I will put a link on my YouTube video for you. It's a lavalier microphone. It was just seemed easy to use, which, by the way, it comes with a manual. You should probably use it. It took me a minute, and then I realized I was already connected, trying to connect it because I didn't know. So this is the microphone. It comes with two different hookups, by the way, to your whatever. I'm using a tablet because my phone hit the ground and cracked. But I'll probably use a camera sometimes too. So this hooks up on an iPhone type hookup, and these are the Type C that I've got hooked to it because my particular iPhone is a C. So you can do either one. It comes with a microphone. This is mine. It's all pretty because you can hide it like this, but it hooks with a magnetic piece. Just thought I'd share this with you. There's your magnetic piece that clips it onto you so that you can wear it, and they work. Both of them will work. We're going to put that one back up. It might be interfering, so if I got a weird sound, y'all let me know that because I'm learning too. But anyway, it does come with directions. I told my husband it didn't, and he said, yes, it does. So hopefully you get to be seeing more of the second half of our Epic YouTube Dorks video. But today, I'm going to share a book that I found that I'm really finding helpful because I'm telling you all the things that happened in North Carolina, even in Florida and stuff. But I really think about the people in North Carolina. Some of them, of course, were so flooded there was nothing they could do with what was there. But I think there are lots of things that are happening in the world that might mean we need to be more prepared, how to survive and have at least 3 months worth of food put up in a way that it will be okay if your house floods. I mean, none of their houses flooded to the top, so maybe some of your meal prepping is going to be up higher. I don't know. I just can't imagine all that flooding, but it could be other things. It could be other things. So while I haven't prepped well yet, I'm going to work on it some, and I hope that you do too. But just how to be prepared in case of a natural disaster. If I was without electricity, do I have ways to cook? Even if I'm out for 2, 3, 4 weeks, of course I have gas, not a gas stove, but like a gas heat cooker. I also have a generator, but I have a generator because of our camper. So I have a generator, and also my camper works off of propane. So I do have other ways to cook. I don't have electricity for air conditioning, but I have enough off my generator to keep my freezers going if I need to keep my food from not running if possible. But I didn't buy it for that. I bought it for my camper because sometimes I want a boondock, and I hope we get to share that with y'all as we get closer. But I just wanted to share this book that I got that I'm really, really finding interesting. I'll put a link to it. I'm also not getting anything for it, but I wanted to share a few things for it. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm a Christian. I believe that I have hope every day. I have hope because I know where my life is going to end, okay? So I have 100% hope. But God also gives us a brain. He doesn't want us not to know what's going on in this world, And so I believe in being a little bit prepared. Maybe I didn't come from I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm not old enough to come from the Great Depression or anything. As a matter of fact, I've probably never been hungry a day in my life. Not true hunger, not like the hunger like, oh my gosh, we don't have any food. And I know that people have been, and personally, I love eating. So I just want to run and exercise, and you're going to see me running and sharing on here as well, some of my runs and things like that, because I am going to run and do some exercise and I'm doing a half marathon end of October. Maybe that'll be my first edited video because I have yet to edit a real video. This one is going to be raw and unedited. But I do have an app. I do have an editing program, Adobe Pro, and I haven't really played with it real hard because I'm still working and it's finding time. But I'm hoping to this week some. But if you have advice on the Adobe Pro because you use it, please drop me a comment drop me some comments in the back on the comments because I would love to know advice, things that you liked about it, things that you didn't like about it. Is it worth it? Because it was, I paid for a year and it wasn't the cheapest thing in the world, but I'm glad to get it. But anyway, what I'm sharing with you today is about this book right here, A Navy SEAL's Bug In Guide. Bug in versus bug out means you're staying home. If you're stuck at home and there's, I mean, we've been over a week without electricity, and at the time I did not have a generator. And so, and I didn't have a camper then either. So I didn't have anybody to cook except for we had a gas grill. Nobody went hungry here, of course, but we had to take a ton of our food out of the freezers, put them in ice chests. And I had someone who worked at a place that had giant deep freezers, and I was able to store my stuff there, thank goodness. But not everybody has that. So, and I like to think, what if our world goes crazy? I know you may not feel this way, but with all the craziness of the election coming up and stuff, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to have some food. I hope, I can eat beans and rice for, 3 months. And plus, nobody ever thinks it's going to happen, but that's what, I think about. I went to Europe this summer and we got to see the prison camps for the German, the German prison camps that they had set up for. It was horrible. It was horrible for the Jews, and it was horrible. And they didn't think that was going to happen to them for real. And then it did. And then they were, promised all the world, and then they stuck them in gas chambers and things. We don't know what our world's going to come to. Are we going to? You see what's happening to all our farms. They're buying them up left and right. Are we going to be without food? I'm not, because I can grow a garden. And I can eat just vegetables. That's what I have to eat. But and I do grow a garden, and I can stuff because that's just fun. It's just fun. Plus, it's easy to take some of that camping and stuff. So this is really cool. And I'm just going to share just a little bit. But like I said, I will put the link. I'm not going to share the whole thing because you're going to have to get it and read it yourself if you want it, because it's a lot. But the one thing I really like that it gives you is it gives you a list of foods that you need to stockpile. It doesn't show it on this page, but there's literally a list of all the different foods you should stockpile. And it goes on through that and how to store them, because I don't know about you, but if you leave your flour in the container long enough, it's going to have some bugs in it. Grossly reading this book, I found out you can just sift them out, but you can also kill them with no oxygen if you store them in those bags, which you do have to, you put the oxygen things in, or you can store them in a jar and seal that so that it sucks all the air out of it. That's a dry seal. I have a little thing that seals those. And that's the same for your beans. I would feel more comfortable doing the beans because those whatever that's in there they're growing because they're already in there. They were already in there when you were cooking them. So that's why we wash our beans and try to get all the bugs off of them and soak them so they'll all get off of there. But so you learn how to store stuff in here, and I thought that was pretty cool. He gives you a way to do a 3-month stockpile for your family. And of course, that depends on the size of your family. And while my husband and I are now empty nesters, if our kids needed to come home, we would be feeding them too, because the youngest one's just now got out on his own. So, we are always going to, those bags I was talking about are called the Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Have I used them? No, I've got some on order. We'll let you know. We'll let you know how that works out. Because I want to put stuff up right now. My husband and I are actually eating carnivore. That's what you do when you get in your empty nesters lifestyle. You try all kinds of new things, which I have lost some weight with that. And of course I'm exercising too, but I'm giving it a try. But if things got bad, we'd eat whatever we had. So I want to be sure I have something if I need it. So, even weird things like you can a friend of mine is doing, egg glassing, where you put the eggs and they'll last all winter. So she's going to do me a jar to try, because I don't have chickens, but I do have a chicken dealer right now. But that's what I call her, my egg dealer. But because they will not work with those you buy in the grocery store, and I hardly ever buy those in the grocery store. Now that I've been eating fresh eggs, they don't even taste the same. They're not near as good. So, okay, anyway, so it gives you that. It gives you kind of an idea of the budget, places you can get those things. Literally gives you a menu for the whole 3 months. I thought, wow. Including a snack every day. Like it's every day you've got your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack every single day. And your snack's not good, but nobody's going to starve on these meals. I'm going to tell you that. They do put quite a few calories in those, enough to survive. Maybe not enough to gain weight, but enough to survive. And that might be a good thing for me, but because I like to gain weight probably. But it's simple. It's very simple stuff. And one of the things that they talk about in this book is coffee. Now we don't have to have coffee, but I'm telling you, nobody's going to like me without coffee. My husband's not going to like me. He doesn't drink coffee. They're not going to like him without caffeine too. But his is Dr. Pepper, and you can't store that up the same. So I don't know what he's going to do. He might learn to drink coffee if it gets bad, but or he might get off the caffeine. I don't know. But I just, even when I don't drink coffee, it's really not that I'm that unpleasant. It's that I just love that in the morning. It's like my moment to relax, if that makes any sense. Which, by the way, of course, I'm not on the beach. This is my new setup in here. So sorry about my chunky arms. I'm still working out. But yeah, this is my little setup at home. In my camper, it'll definitely be just inside my camper or out in the woods or wherever we go camping. We're hoping to go several trips, some of them with our camper and some without. We're going to be going on one in November, and I'm going to video that week and share with y'all some of the things that we're doing that week. Okay. So anyway, it's got that in there, and I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. That's kind of neat to know. And of course, canned goods are always good. And I have a can opener in my camper and in my house. I don't even use an electric can opener anymore because they annoy me when they break. And the other ones don't really ever break, really. So I have one in my camper and one in my house, and one at work. My one in my house and my camper are from Pampered Chef. They're a little more durable, I think, than the ones in the dollar store. But I have the one at work is from the dollar store, and it works just as good. So anyway, it talks to you about water, and I think that's important for me. And I'll admit, I do keep a lot of water in the house, and it's just me and my husband. But of course, we turn the water on 100 times a day, and we don't think about where it's coming from. So I think we need to know what to do, and it gives you a byplay of what you can do to make your own clean water. I don't know if I'm that crafty, but I believe I'll try to figure it out. And I do know that pure silver coins you can put it in your water and it helps sterilize your water or preserve your water. I thought, all right. And I kind of heard that. I know that when I have towels, and I use towels with silver in them because they kill bacteria. So I guess that would be the same with that coin. It kills the bacteria in your water. So I'm thinking, okay, I got a few old silver coins that I just thought were cool to have and put them up. So how to test your water if you want to get a kit. I'm probably not going to test my water. I'm going to do the best I can and try to find a pond if I have to and clean it out and hope I have a lot of stockpiled water. And you can stockpile. I saw that in his thing, he stockpiled so many of those big jugs of water. I don't know where he stored them, but I guess if we were worried enough, we might get a few at least, because what if you're 3 months without food and water, without the ability? I mean, you see what they're doing in North Carolina. They're going in the stores and stealing everything and just, mob mentality within days, and I can't imagine that. And it's probably not even the people that need it. It's probably just crazy people. Oh, it's time to get something free. Bug in means you're staying still. Now, what if something happened where people were coming in your home and the only way to protect yourself was to get out? You should have some things ready to go quickly and take with you that will keep you fed. I'm not going to lie. We're looking at, we have plans we do have a place to go. That's kind of out because the more in town you are, you go to it like in the country, you won't see as much of that mob mentality as you do in a city, which I don't live in the biggest city, but still. Some of the other things in this book that I thought were really cool was how to Luda-proof your home, how to heat your home when you're bugging in. I thought that was kind of, which, we live in Louisiana. We're not really going to be. How to choose the best generator for your house. I really would like a generator on my house because I like electricity, but I would not die without electricity. I'm not going to lie. How to protect your home if people are trying to come in there, silent things. I even saw him talk about putting up above your fence the little barbed wire, and I would not be above that if need be because sometimes you need that now. Gray water systems versus the clean water you drink. A mini root cellar should you need it. A pressurized backyard. A lot of this is staying in, but I was really impressed by what do you do if we have, what did they say? I'm going to go toward the back. I think it's toward the back. Talks about if it's mandatory lock-in. If you are forced inside of your home, electricity-free fridge, I can't imagine building that. I'll just dehydrate everything while I still have my power on my generator or my solar panels. My solar panels, as long as my batteries hold out on my camper. I'm I'll do what I have to do. And there are cool ways to make your own hot water, take a shower, because I'm telling you, when we were without electricity, we didn't have hot water because I'm on all electric, which even, yeah, I'm on all electric. And so those were the coldest baths I've ever taken in my life. Whew, that was rough. You can get water off your roof water. You can get roof water. You can get things to help. How to be avoided, how to not be tracked. I thought that was pretty interesting in this book. Thermal vision, how to hide so people can't see you with thermal vision. I thought, stop your phone from tracking you. That's a good one. I mean, there are ways to turn it off, but really and truthfully, I think that the phones are now, you're going to have to do more than that because otherwise they can track you. And I know they make things that you can do that with, but I don't know. It's just talking about survival knowledge, how to do with ropes, and also bugging out, meaning if you need to get away, what do you need to do to stay out of the radar? Things that you should have to survive, like batteries, which I always have batteries. I'm just a weirdo like that because my kids grew up with toys, and every time we turn around, we didn't have them, and our remotes run out of batteries, and so I keep, and I buy some that are going to last some of them you can buy, they say they'll be good for 12 years if you're not using them. First aid, it tells you how to stockpile your first aid, medicine, communication. I do have a, not a walkie-talkie, a CB radio, which I like having that because we go camping and stuff, and we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're going to boondock in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to have some way to have communication. They also make these little radios that no matter what they pick up on satellite, you have to have a service for that. But you know, I get lost really easily. So it's good to know. You know, if you have a complete and total, do you have a thing to charge batteries? Do you have any solar panels? And not everybody's going to do that. You have to decide what works for you. But here's the deal. When it all comes, I'm not going to be stockpiling for everybody. I'm going to be stockpiling for my immediate family. So when you need food, I feel bad. And they talk to you about how you have to tell people no because you cannot give to everybody. Or you won't have enough for your kids and yours. Keeping a low profile on security. There's one in here. Oh, what if martial law is declared? First thing you should do if martial law is declared. Once martial law is declared, you're going to be stuck. They're not going to let you get food just however. And I can promise you the people that are declaring martial law are going to have their food. We're going to be the ones without. So I don't know. I'm just kind of a weirdo about that kind of stuff. And I just like to know how to protect my home. And I want to know. Now my husband's, thank goodness, he's much more mechanically inclined than I am, but I can read and learn anything. And I don't need, I don't want to, yes, you can have that. You can get this online. I actually downloaded this book on my Amazon Prime first, but it was not as much fun to read. And I have been marking things that I think are important to me. This is written, I don't know who this is even, Joel Lambert. I guess he's a Navy SEAL. I think that's what it said. He was a Navy SEAL, 10 years in the United States Navy SEAL teams. So he is a Navy SEAL. He's an ex-Navy SEAL. So he just gives you a lot of advice and things that you can do to be prepared in case of things going crazy. So I just want to share this book with you. I did share y'all my little microphone, but y'all let me know, and I'll put the link down in my video down in the comments because you just never know. But I want y'all to give me your input on this microphone too, if y'all wouldn't mind. And that's all for the Epic YouTube Dorks today. And I'll be seeing you traveling out there because that's what we're going to be doing. Have a great day.